drawing all men to Jesus through the Word of God. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss a chapter.
Psalm chapter 31, a psalm of complaint and of praise. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. In you, O Lord, I have placed my trust and taken refuge. Let me never be ashamed. In your righteousness, rescue me. Incline your ear to me. Deliver me quickly. Be my rock of refuge and a strong fortress to save me. Yes, you are my rock and my fortress. For your name's sake, you will lead me and guide me. You will draw me out of the net that they have secretly laid for me. For you are my strength and my stronghold. Into your hand I'll commit my spirit. You have redeemed me, O Lord, the God of truth and faithfulness. I hate those who pay regard to vain, empty, worthless idols. But I trust in you, Lord, and rely on him with unwavering confidence. I will rejoice and be glad in your steadfast love, because you have seen my affliction. You have taken note of my life's distresses, and you have not given me into the hand of the enemy. You have set my feet in a broad place. Be gracious and compassionate to me, O Lord, for I am in trouble. My eye is clouded and weakened by grief, my soul and my body also. For my life is spent with sorrow, and my years with sighing. My strength has failed because of my iniquity, and even my body has wasted away. Because of all my enemies, I have become a reproach and disgrace, especially to my neighbors, and an object of dread to my acquaintances. Those who see me on the street run from me. I am forgotten like a dead man, out of mind. I am like a broken vessel. For I have heard the slander and whispering of many. Terror is on every side. While they schemed together against me, they plotted to take away my life. But as for me, I trust confidently in you and your greatness, O Lord. I said, you are my God. My times are in your hands. Rescue me from the hand of my enemies and from those who pursue and persecute me. Make your face shine upon your servant. Save me in your loving kindness. Let me not be put to shame, O Lord, for I call on you. Let the wicked godless be put to shame. Let them be silent in Sheol, the netherworld, the place of the dead. Let the lying lips be mute, which speak insolently and arrogantly against the consistently righteous with pride and contempt. How great is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who reverently fear you, which you have prepared for those who take refuge in you, before the sons of man. In the secret place of your presence, you hide them from the plots and conspiracies of men. You keep them secretly in a sheltered pavilion from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord, for he has shown his marvelous favor and loving kindness to me when I was assailed in the besieged city. As for me, I said in my alarm, I am cut off from your eyes. Nevertheless, you heard the voice of my supplications, specific requests, when I cried to you for help. O Lord, the love of all, you, his godly ones. The Lord preserves the faithful, those with moral and spiritual integrity, and fully repays the self-righteousness of the arrogant. Be strong and let your hearts take courage, all you who wait for and confidently expect the Lord. Psalm chapter 32. Blessedness of forgiveness and of trusting God, a psalm of David, a skillful song, or a didactic or reflective poem. Blessed, fortunate, prosperous, favored by God is he whose transgression is forgiven and whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man to whom the Lord does not impute wickedness, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. When I kept silent about my sin, my body wasted away through my groaning all the day long. For day and night your hand of displeasure was heavy upon me. My energy, vitality, and strength was drained away as with the burning heat of summer. Selah. I acknowledged my sin to you, and I did not hide my wickedness. I said, I will confess all my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Selah. Therefore, let everyone who is godly pray to you for forgiveness in a time when you are near and may be found. Surely when the great waters of trial and distressing times overflow, they will not reach the spirit in him. You are my hiding place. You, Lord, protect me from trouble. You surround me with songs and shouts of deliverance. Selah. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you who are willing to learn with my eye upon you. Do not be like the horse or like the mule, which have no understanding, whose trappings include bridle and rein to hold them in check. Otherwise they will not come near to you. Many are the sorrows of the wicked, but he who trusts in and relies on the Lord shall be surrounded with compassion and loving kindness. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, you righteous who actively seek right standing with him. Shout for joy, all you upright in heart. Psalm chapter 33. Praise to the Creator and Preserver. Rejoice in the Lord, and righteous ones. Praise is becoming and appropriate for those who are upright in heart, those with moral integrity and godly character. Give thanks to the Lord with the lyre. Sing praises to him with the harp of 10 strings. Sing to him a new song. Play skillfully on the strings with a loud and joyful sound. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his work is done in faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the loving kindness of the Lord. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all their hosts by the breath of his mouth. He gathers the waters of the sea together as in a wineskin. He puts the deeps in the storehouses. Let all the earth fear and worship the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spoke, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. The Lord nullifies the counsel of the nations. He makes the thoughts and plans of the people ineffective. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the thoughts and plans of his heart through all generations. Blessed, fortunate, prosperous, and favored by God is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people whom he has chosen as his own inheritance. The Lord looks down from heaven. He sees all the sons of man. From his dwelling place he looks closely upon all the inhabitants of the earth. He who fashions the hearts of them all, who considers and understands all they do. The king is not saved by the great size of his army. A warrior is not rescued by his great strength. A horse is a false hope for victory, nor does it deliver anyone by its great strength. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon those who fear him and worship him with awe-inspired reverence and obedience, on those who hope confidently in his compassion and loving kindness, to rescue their lives from death and keep them alive in famine. We wait expectantly for the Lord. He is our help and our shield, for in him our heart rejoices, because we trust, lean on, rely on, and are confident in his holy name. Let your steadfastness, loving kindness, O Lord, be upon us, in proportion as we have hoped in you. Psalm chapter 34. The Lord, a provider and the one who rescues me. A psalm of David when he pretended to be insane before Abimelech, who drove him out, and he went away. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul makes its boast in the Lord. The humble and downtrodden will hear it and rejoice. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us lift up his name together. I sought the Lord on the authority of his word, and he answered me and delivered me from all of my fears. They looked to him and were radiant. Their faces will never blush in shame or confusion. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him from all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him with awe-inspired reverence and worship him with obedience, and he rescues each of them. O taste and see that the Lord our God is good. How blessed, fortunate, prosperous, and favored by God is the man who takes refuge in him. O reverently fear the Lord, you his saints, believers, holy ones. For to those who fear him there is no want. The young lions lack food and grow hungry, but they who seek the Lord will not lack anything good. Come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you to fear the Lord with awe-inspired reverence and worship him with obedience. Who is the man who desires life and loves many days, that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Turn away from your evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are toward the righteous, those with moral courage and spiritual integrity, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the memory of them from the earth. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and rescues them from all their distress and troubles. The Lord is near to the heartbroken, and he saves those who are crushed in spirit, contrite in heart, truly sorry for their sin. Many hardships and perplexing circumstances confront the righteous, but the Lord rescues him from them all. He keeps all his bones, not one of them is broken. Even evil will cause the death of the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be held guilty and will be condemned. The Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who take refuge in him will be condemned. Psalm chapter 35. Prayer for rescue from enemies. A psalm of David. Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of a shield and buckler, small shield, and stand up for my help. Draw also the spear and javelin to meet those who pursue me. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. Let those be ashamed and dishonor who seek my life. Let those be turned back in defeat and humiliate who plot evil against me. Let them be blown away like chaff before the wind, worthless, without substance, with the angel of the Lord driving them on. Let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing and harassing them. For without cause they hid their net for me. Without cause they dug a pit of destruction for my life. Let destruction come upon my enemy by surprise. Let the net he hid for me catch him. Into that very destruction let him fall. Then my soul shall rejoice in you, Lord. It shall rejoice in your salvation. All of my bones will say, Lord, who is like you, who rescues the afflicted from him who is too strong for him to resist alone, and the afflicted and the needy from him who robs him. Malicious witnesses rise up. They ask me of things that I do not know. They repay me evil for good, to the sorrow of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth, mourning, and garment. I humbled my soul with fasting, and prayed with my head bowed on my chest. I behaved as if grieving for my friend or my brother. I bowed down in mourning, as one who sorrows for his mother. But in my stumbling they rejoiced and gathered together against me. The slanderers whom I did not know gathered against me. They slandered and reviled me without ceasing, like godless jesters at a feast. They gnashed at me with their teeth in malice. Lord, how long will you look on without action? Rescue my life from their destructions, my only life from the young lions. I will give you thanks in the great congregation. I will praise you among a mighty people. Do not let those who are wrongfully my enemies rejoice over me, nor let those who hate me without cause wink their eye maliciously. For they do not speak peace, but they devise deceitful words, have truths and lies against those who are quiet in the land. They open their mouths wide against me. They say, Aha, aha, our eyes have seen it. You have seen this, O Lord. Do not keep silent. O Lord, do not be far from me. Wake yourself up and rise to my right and to my cause, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord, my God, according to your righteousness and justice, and do not let them rejoice over me. Do not let them say in their heart, Aha, that is what we wanted. Do not let them say, We have swallowed up him and destroyed him. Let those be ashamed and humiliated together who rejoice at my distress. Let those be clothed with shame and dishonor who magnify themselves over me. Let them shout for joy and rejoice who favor my vindication and want what is right for me. Let them say continually, Let the Lord be magnified, who delights and takes pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall declare your righteousness, justice, and your praise